Bette Davis finally breaks silence on Humphrey Bogart, opening a rare window into one of classic Hollywood's most intriguing and misunderstood dynamics. For years, fans and film historians speculated about what Davis truly thought of Bogart, especially given their towering reputations and shared era in the golden age of cinema. Both were icons, but they represented very different approaches to stardom. Humphrey Bogart was the embodiment of effortless cool, projecting toughness mixed with vulnerability, while Bette Davis was fiercely intellectual, emotionally intense, and unapologetically demanding of herself and others. Despite moving in the same Hollywood circles, Davis remained notably restrained when it came to discussing Bogart, until later reflections finally revealed her unfiltered perspective. When Bette Davis did speak openly about Humphrey Bogart, her tone was strikingly honest rather than reverent. She acknowledged his undeniable talent and the unique presence he brought to the screen, emphasizing that Bogart didn't rely on conventional good looks or theatrical bravado. According to Davis, his strength lay in authenticity. He seemed real in an industry built on illusion, and audiences responded to that sincerity. Yet her praise was layered with critique. Davis made it clear that the man behind the legend could be difficult, emotionally distant, and at times dismissive, particularly toward those who challenged him or didn't fit neatly into his worldview. One of the key themes in Bette Davis finally breaking her silence was the contrast in their working philosophies. Davis came from a background rooted in discipline, preparation, and deep emotional excavation. She believed acting was serious work that demanded commitment and respect. Bogart, by contrast, often relied on instinct and minimal rehearsal, a style Davis found both frustrating and baffling. While she admitted that his approach worked brilliantly for him, she struggled with the idea that such informality was often celebrated, especially when women were rarely afforded the same freedom to be imperfect or casual in their craft. Davis also used her reflections on Humphrey Bogart to highlight the gender imbalance that defined their era. She suggested that Bogart benefited from a system that protected male stars, allowing them to be moody, difficult, or uncooperative without damaging their careers. Davis, on the other hand, paid a heavy price for asserting herself, frequently labeled as hard to work with for behavior that would have been overlooked or even admired in a man. Her comments were not an attack on Bogart personally, but a broader critique of the Hollywood machine that elevated him while punishing her for similar strength. Despite her criticisms, Bette Davis never denied Humphrey Bogart's lasting impact. She recognized that his performances carried emotional weight that endured long after the cameras stopped rolling. She admired his ability to convey loneliness, moral conflict, and quiet despair, qualities that resonated deeply with post-war audiences. In Davis's view, Bogart understood the human condition in a subtle way that few actors managed to capture, and that understanding was central to his enduring legacy. What makes Bette Davis's silence-breaking remarks so powerful is their balance. She refused to romanticize Humphrey Bogart, but she also refused to reduce him to his flaws. Instead, she presented him as a complex figure shaped by talent, privilege, and personal limitations. In doing so, Davis reclaimed part of Hollywood history that had long been filtered through male-centered narratives. Her honesty added nuance, reminding audiences that legends are rarely as simple as the stories told about them. Ultimately, Bette Davis finally breaking silence on Humphrey Bogart was less about revealing secrets and more about restoring truth. It revealed her integrity, her courage, and her refusal to let myth overshadow reality. Through her words, classic Hollywood emerges not as a flawless dream factory, but as a place of brilliance, contradiction, and human struggle, made richer by voices willing to speak honestly, even decades later.